It is 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. I'm here. It's still here. And if you don't want me to be here, I'm here. Hello to you. And I don't know when I'm live or if I'm live or whether I'm alive. Am I alive? I don't even know. I don't know. Ooh, hello, hundreds of people watching me. Hundreds of people. Well, there might be one. The one is me. The one is me. Hundreds of people watching me. One, two, three. Yes. Hello, Philip. Hello, Fox. Hello, Chase. It's 3 people and me, 4 people altogether. Yay. And you too. Hello, Eric Fingal. Enjoy Sunday evening to you. Yes, I still haven't learned to play this thing. Never mind. It's Sunday. Hooray! I've been doing mostly what I've been doing this week. Oh, I got enough people on the other place to go live, and I went live, and I don't know why I went live. I was like, oh, what's this? And immediately I went live. The thing that you can do there that you can't do here is you can ask to join people live. So all people were popping up. So I was like, all right. And there was just like random people. Mainly men, actually. Random people popping up and asking me questions. I was like, who are you? But, yeah. So it was fun, I suppose. But I don't really know where to go with that. But I think what the thing is there, you've got a sort of competition. Whereas the longer you go live, people, like, give you emojis and things. It was like, okay. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I was contemplating setting up another device and simulcasting and having it there and here, but it's a very different place, even though now this is this way up and this is this way up the same way there, even though that's the same, everything else I'm gonna break dance, boop 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 boop. Everything else is very, very different, so I don't know what's going on. La 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 la. So I made some videos that I have not uploaded here, but also walking. Did you see the walking videos from last week? Yay! Don't know when that was. I can't remember when anything was anymore. It's a long time since then. It's a long time since last week. Last week was then, and this week is now, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do anything at all, and it's all rather small that I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know at all. So I'll try, I'll keep on going, even though I don't know what I'm doing, and I really don't know what to do, and ooh, it's a bit of a mess. Do you know, it's really weird, because even though I can't play this at all, I sort of know where I'm going with it. I sort of know instinctively whether I'm going up or down. I really don't know what I'm doing, and I'm making you frown, but I sort of know that it doesn't sound too bad, except that one was a very, 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 very off one. Off. I really don't know how I'm managing to do anything that doesn't sound really bad. Really bad. Does sound quite bad. Anyway, yes, I'm just experimenting with your ears. Well done for having the tenacity to stay to see and hear. What on earth is that? I don't know. But message helper review. Oh, view message. View message. Oh, haha! It's Chase. You've got too many rosy heart things, whatever they are. Too much. Yes. So this was fun, wasn't it? 11 people, 11 whole people. How did I manage that? Yes. So this week I put a hat on and did a deep American voice and drew a moustache on and did a video about misogyny on the TV, about the television, and it was funny. I thought it was funny. Obviously, I'd never get more than about 200 views for anything, but I thought, haha, this is hilarious. Makes me laugh, then that's probably just as well. Oh, your ears are fine. Hooray. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chase. I am wonderful and your ears are fine. Your ears are fine. Oh, I don't even go all the way up here because I don't know what I'm doing. And this is a different part of the keyboard from where I'm used to. What on earth? I don't know. So, it's a tree. I'm one of those things that's outside garages. Yes, my hair's gone all fluffy. I washed it this morning and it's gone fluffy. I don't know. And I was claiming that if I brush it, all that happens, it goes all over the place. And I found a brush and I brushed it. And that's exactly what happened. This is me after I brushed my hair. It's this. This is what happens. Don't know why. Don't know what. Yeah. And it's jumper weather now. So I'm wearing the jumpers. Woo! 3 or 4 layers of jumpers. So expect... And I've got pockets in my jumpers. Everything. This is some rare. Women's clothing doesn't tend to have jumpers. I don't know whether this is a woman's. This is more of an Aran sweater. It's just a random generic sweater. Not a gendered sweater. It's got pockets. Maybe it's not a... Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's a pocket. Thank you. I saw a thing about how somebody in the north of Scotland, some vicar, had tried to ban the fishermen from wearing sweaters, Aran sweaters, and in response they set up their own church and went, stuff you, we're going to wear the sweaters. The traditional sweaters. I don't know whether this is actually... It's not an Aran sweater. I think it's made of polyester. So it's not a wool. Not a traditional one. But it's good enough. Good enough. Yay. Yes, it's good enough. And it's me. Puppet pockets. Yes, exactly. La 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 la. And what I've been doing this week is ordering parts online. The pressure cooker that my mother got isn't working at all, and I ordered the parts and I thought it would work, but it doesn't work at all, and that was a waste of time. But I found some nuts and bolts and I tried to fix it with the tools that I found in the basement, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Nothing still cooks. It just goes. I don't know whether you know about pressure cookers, but they go fizzle, 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 fizzle. And they're supposed to cook really quickly, but if they don't come to pressure, they boil dry, and then nothing good comes of that. You just end up with smoke in your house, and maybe the pressure cooker will explode, and you will not have a nice time at all, and then you will find that you've not had a good time, and your potatoes aren't cooked, and nothing is fine, and your house is on fire, and the pressure cooker has exploded in your face. But that hasn't happened yet, because it doesn't come to pressure yet, so it just boils dry. It just boils dry. It just boils dry. The That's a melancholy song about a pressure cooker that boils dry, 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 dry. Yes, anyway. Anyway, that's what happens. Why did you write the shaman? Oh, right. The shaman, the plastic guru is, it was co-written because it's conceived by Chukwe Billy, and each individual part of it was devised by the people in it. So all the things that the people say is actually from the people's mind and mouth. So my part was written by me. Everybody else's part was written by them because we devised it, and then it was edited together in order to make a whole. So it is in a sort of way, in the way that a mighty wind and not a mighty bush, a mighty wind and Waiting for Guffman and the Christopher Guest thing. So you could say that Chukwe Billy was the Christopher Guest sort of figure in it, and we were all so you could say it was co-written really, but everybody that was in it, and then edited by Chukwe, and then re-edited by me. So the version that's up has got certain bits cut out because there was like copyright issues and it was very long. So it was a co-effort, everyone involved, but the concept was Chukwe's because he'd had a lot of experience of people that were claiming to be Native American and trying to learn, he had a lot of stuff in his material about people that would go to Germany and come back and say that I am Native American now and I am a man called Horst, was one of his jokes. Yes. So so that's why it had to be in Germany. He did live in Germany at one point, so it was relevant to contextually. So that was what it's based on, and he actually didn't expect us all to be doing American accents. He was like surprised because he got us all, and none of us apart from him are, no, one person was American actually. The lead guru in it, she's American, and I think we took a lead from the fact that she was American and Chukwe's American. We all ended up being American-ish, and he was like, oh, I didn't expect that, but yes, that's what happens. Everyone works on everybody else's stuff. So that was Sean and Ollie, and it was me, and it was Chukwe, and it was can't remember the name of the other woman in it that was the guru. But quite interestingly, she doesn't live in America anymore because she was involved in some scandal about that her mother and her created their own currency. This is before cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and stuff like that. They created their own currency for some reason, and the government didn't like that, so she doesn't live in America anymore. So I think she was quite open about it. I don't know whether it's a secret. I think I looked it up online and it is an actual thing. I was like, yeah, Dory Dutton, that's her name, Dory Dutton. So that is wild. So it was thank you very much. That was the answer. So that was that, and that was that. So yeah, it was all of us, and that's actually got shown at festival because Chukwe got invited to an Indigenous festival and he let me be a performer in it. So he wanted to write some sketches and we devised it, and I also had Nelson Gugavea, who is from South Africa, Portuguese South African, and we were in it, and he showed the film and we did the sketches, and nobody liked us, and everyone was like, what are you doing here? We just want to see Chukwe. And we went, oh, no, we're here because he asked us to the show, and that's why we're here. We had a little bit about the Little Feather, what's the name, you know that when Marlon Brando didn't accept an Oscar, and he sent somebody to accept it for him. So we had a little sketch about a bit like that. So I accepted an award for Chukwe only as a Welsh person. It was, I don't know, I can't remember what was happening, but it was funny to us at the time. It didn't really go down that well because nobody understood the reference. So that was unfortunate. I got paid for it, so that was fine. So I was in that Indigenous festival as a also featured sort of person, and because I was asked to, because I wouldn't have just made my way into it. But because he was doing comedy and it wasn't like traditional arts, everyone was like, "What's this? We're expecting you to do rain dances," and he was like, "How terrible! How insulting!" And that is the trouble with that. There was a lot of people in the audience that were expecting certain things. And obviously, he's not stereotypical. And he didn't want to pander. Anyway, pander. We also had a bit about, because his sister, who was considerably older than his half-sister, was considerably older than him, and was actually the agent of Betty Hutton in the early 70s. So after the main... So Betty Hutton towards the end of her career. So she was, she knew Betty Hutton. So I was mentioning to Betty Hutton Annie Get Your Gun. And had he seen Annie Get Your Gun? And he hadn't seen Annie Get Your Gun. And he had no idea. He knew who Betty Hutton was. He hadn't really clocked her early career. And the fact that there's a song called I'm an Indian Too and also Judy Garland was originally in Annie Get Your Gun, but she was ill, so they replaced her with Betty Hutton. So there's the two versions, which the one with Judy Garland is very strange. It's all pastel pink colours, so it's got all these Native American people like jumping about wearing bright pink. It's quite disturbing and strange. And then the Betty Hutton version, and I showed them to Chukwe, and he was like, "What? This is who my sister was working with. This is bizarre." Anyway, we did a sketch about that, so I was Annie Oakley, and I enjoyed doing that. But again, people were like, "What? I don't get the reference. What are you doing?" It was funny to us. It was funny to Chukwe. Obviously, we were devising it together. But this is no shared with him too. Oh, okay, yeah. So Dolly Dutton, yes. Dory Dutton, yes. Dory Dutton. I think she lives in Germany. That is where she is. Oh, and she recommends a lot of things like magnesium. And she did that to me very recently. And I'm still in touch on Facebook, but I haven't seen her for years because she used to live in London and now she does not live in London. A lot of people don't live in London, and neither do I, neither do I, neither do I, neither do I, neither do I. Anyway, but I did at the time. And also, Sean, who's in it, now lives in Australia with his wife. He married, I think, an Australian, and they've gone away. So nobody lives in London anymore. She's gone to, Chukwe still lives in London, and Ollie still lives in London. Everyone else is all over the place. Because we also had like an improv troupe with Nelson that I mentioned, and quite a few people that are semi-famous now. Imran, I want to say Imran Yusuf. Is Imran Yusuf who I'm talking about? Anyway, there's a comedian that's on things that's famous. There was lots of people in this improvisation group, and we did a couple of gigs. And then it fizzled because nobody likes to sort of improvise. It was sort of like whose line is it anyway type of improvisation. And I tried to do it in front of at one of my gigs, like my the ship that I used to run. And a lot of people came to see my shows, and some of the people, one of my friends in particular said, "I'm not come to see that rubbish. I don't want to see people doing party games." So that was. I think the best sort of improvisation is if it's got a storyline to it. Like there's Henry's. There's a thing called Henry's where you do these little tiny little mini plays. Like one person comes on and you do this little tiny play and then it winds itself up. They're fun ones. I can see and Ollie used to do something called first-person theatre or third-person theatre, where somebody comes on and then a second person comes on and then a third person comes on and then you do a whole play that's improvised. Now I haven't done that. That's interesting. Anna Black, who I do you remember Anna Black? you can look back. I've still got some of the videos up. She was involved with that as well, because I know that's how she introduced me to Ollie, because they were doing this. And the first thing she said, because I knew her but not him, she's like, I've got a friend Ollie who's an amazing actor. That's all he does. He's an actor. He's a proper actor, not like you. Because I was just like trying to make my way. It's like, that's the way to do it, Ollie. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. So if Ollie's watching, you're a proper actor, and apparently I'm not. What can you do? Anyway, so yeah, that's the good improvisation. Ollie knows everybody, because everybody's done improv. It's like Second City Theatre sort of thing. In a Second City, the Chicago thing, the thing that everybody like goes through. And a lot of people I know went to that and then came back and did it, but it's not as big. Like, you can't get on Saturday Live doing that, because there is no Saturday Live over here. And even though I'm absolutely amazing, I'm not gonna get on that, I fear, because it's not over here. Saturday Night Live. Imagine if I was in that. How amazing would I be? But it's not going to happen. Never mind. Improvisation is how we evolve. Exactly. I like improvisation. I like just the free fall of it. I like just doing it and keep going. Either something has to be so prepared that it's dead set in stone and I can sort of work in the cracks, but it needs to be pretty much set, or free fall and I'm just going for it. If there's anywhere in between, I'm a little bit like, because it has to be very prepared or not prepared at all, and everything just sprinkles on. It's just the way I work. It's just a lot of people work in different ways, but yeah, anything can happen. Oh yes. So everybody has gone quiet apart from Chase. I'm having a conversation with Chase, but everybody's gone away apart from that. But it says that 7 people are in the comments. Are you there? Oh, Arifangol, you said, oh, I see, you did say something. I can't read that because it's you're green and red, and I've got astigmatism, and my eyes are nearly dead, and I don't know what's happening with them, but they're all blurry and weird, and I can't read things very well because it's far away from my face, and I'm terrible with my eyes. So 8 people in the comments now. 8 people there. Hoo. 8 people there. 8 people there. Philip's still there. Nothing to add about improvisation. Well, that was an improvisation the way that you said that out of nowhere. Everything is improvisation. Conversation's improvisation. This is definitely improvisation. Life is improvisation. You can't plan for life. You think that you can. You can't plan for life unless you are a man. That doesn't make sense, but it rhymes. That doesn't make sense, but it rhymes. Hello, Fox. Everybody's commenting. Everybody's improvising. Improvising is fun. How can you do anything but improvise your way through life? Improvise your way through life. It'll be discordant, but it's the way that you get through it. The way that you get through it. Improvising is the way to get through life. To get through life. To get through life. Life to get through life. Life to get through life. Ha ha! One day I will learn to play the piano. Again, today is not that day, but it's getting ever closer every time. I improvise my way through everything. It's exactly. You can't do it unless you just see what happens. It's the way to be, isn't it? Yes, so everything's coming together. I'm planning for next year for Edinburgh. Woohoo! But I'm not going, I don't think, for the first 2 weeks. So I'm probably going to do lots of improvised things and online things, and I'm going to digital fringe, and I'll probably go up after Oasis have gone away, because what I'm thinking, right, Oasis are going to put the prices up because the first, they're like the 8th and the 9th, and people are going to come to see that, and then they're going to go away, and all the hotels are going to go, oh no, there's nobody here anymore, what can we do? We better put the prices down so people can come. So then this is more, I'm not sure that this is what's going to happen, but this is what would happen if I was in business. I go, no, come to see us. Here's free hotel rooms and cheap hotel rooms, and come to see us. And then I'll come to see them. Then I'll go after that, because they're hoping that Oasis is going to see an uptick in people coming to see the fringe shows. And I'm thinking that people are going to go see the Oasis shows and then disappear. And there's nobody that's come just to see the fringe shows, because the only people that could come were the people that came to see Oasis, and everything's going to be sold out. So it's going to be a bit of a disaster for the two. It's not going to be a disaster. It's going to be amazing. But I'm thinking probably the most sensible thing to do is do it online and then come and appear as a special guest towards the middle of the fringe. That's what I'm going to do, I think, anyway. So I've driven people away. I had up to 7 to 8 people, and now I've only got 6. 6 people's better than none. 6 people's better than none. In-demand pricing these days. Exactly. It's like exactly that. It's dynamic pricing, and that means that everything goes up the more that they sell. It's like, oh my goodness, no, I just want to go and see a show. I don't want to see Oasis though. No, absolutely. Absolutely no. Absolutely no. Pooh to Oasis. Why have you done this to me? It feels personal. It's not personal, obviously. They don't know I exist. Or do they? Because I did say about the fact that I met Meg Matthews in a nightclub one time and had a very brief conversation with her. Did I, though? Maybe I didn't. I'm thinking, what did happen? I was very drunk. Because not my fault. It's because it was one of those press jollies and somebody kept buying me Red Bull and tequila things. I don't know. They're called zombies. It's like, somebody's buying you a drink. You're like, oh, okay, Daryl, that was his name. I could remember that. He had glasses. Daryl with glasses. And he was, I don't know what he worked for. I kept bumping into him at these things. It's like the same journalist, because if you work in television and film journalism, media journalism, you tend to see the same people. And even though they're like mighty and like the people from Heat magazine, Boyd Hilton, and all stuff like that, and I feel like I was on the same level as them, even though I was very lowly down there, me down there and them up here. They're like the most important publications that were getting on 100 best TV Wazzocks sort of talking head shows, and I was like, oh, I'd love to be on that. I'd love to be talking about 100 best TV Wazzocks and toys from the 80s and oh, that's the best pratfall in history and sitcoms from hell and all that stuff. Never did. I was like, one day they'll call me. But no, they had enough people to be going on with. But I don't think they got paid very much for that. It was more like, hey, here's 20 quid and just talk about this. And you think, how have they all seen these clips? And how do they all know which of these people is? But of course, they've showed them it a minute before, and they've gone, oh yeah, of course, that was the best scene of somebody falling over and breaking their leg I've ever seen in history. And of course you could see the look on his face. Oh yeah. And you're like, how do they know that? That must be famous. And it's not famous. It's because that you're straight. I've seen somebody else was talking about that the other day. This is what brought it to mind. It's like, yes, you're right. That's exactly right. That's exactly. I've driven away everyone. There's only 4 people left now. Philip, maybe never mind the West Coast. Yeah, exactly. Disaster. Yeah, exactly. Disaster. Oh, anyway, I don't think that Ollie is in the comments today because he said something about blackberry picking to show a thing that I put about blackberries that were where it was a very short thing about blackberries. Now I haven't really done blackberry picking this year because I've been sort of busy and distracted and don't know what I've been doing. I'm going to try and go for more walks, but it's been so horrible lately. The weather, I think you might have noticed, it's not been as bad over here as in other places in the world, obviously, or as disastrous, but, you know, it's not been great anywhere. So I don't know. And that thing, that randomonium, whatever it is, app, I found out you get some more credits every day. So I got some free credits to look up more random places. This shows you anomalies. I don't know what makes them anomalies. So I'm like, all right, I'll look up quantum anomaly in the area. So I did, and it said, no, sorry, there are no quantum anomalies in your area. It's like, well, you showed me them before. I still got them bookmarked, so maybe I'll try and find them. But I can't remember what they were now. I labeled them, but I labeled them with weird things. So it's like, but he did show me something that's a power. And it's very near where my mum goes for a coffee morning, just around the corner from there. It looks like just the back of a car park. It's like you go to a building, like a shed in a car park near a Baptist church, like Methodist church, as if that makes a difference, and you get power, do you? Down an alleyway. It feels like they're luring me. It's like I looked at it on Google Maps and cross-referenced it. Cross-referenced it, and I have seen this like little dirt path. And I was like, wonder what's down there. Power, apparently. That's where you find power. And it does feel like they're trying to lure you there. The pixies are trying to lure me into a shed. Maybe I won't go. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll bring somebody else. Maybe I'll probably film it going, ha, what's down there? It's just a shed. Power! It's just a light switch. That's really what's down there. Anyway, that's what I might do. So I will see you next week with my jumper and my improvisational keyboard stuff. The flair. And the kangaroos and the pockets and everything. So yes, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Oh, is it Thanksgiving? Oh, that's good. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to you too. Stay dry and warm. I will. Sid showed you. Yes, Millie ways. I will go there. Oh, where the food wants to be eaten. Millie ways. Anyway, so I will see you very soon. Have a nice week. Bye bye.